Something is wrong with this classroom. Every week, one seat becomes empty, but no one notices, except him. And the next day, it's like that person never existed. The first time it happened, he didn't think much of it. One of the seats was empty, third row, near the window. He was sure someone sat there before. Not just once, every day, but no one mentioned it. The teacher kept talking, the class kept writing, like nothing changed. So he turned around and asked the person behind him, "Who usually sits there?" And they just said, "No one." Not, "I don't know," not, "I forgot," just, "No one." And somehow, that felt worse than forgetting. That's when he started paying attention. Not to the people who were there, but to the spaces that shouldn't be empty. The next week, it happened again. Different seat, same silence. This time, he was ready. He checked his phone, old messages, group chats, photos, but something felt off. Conversations had gaps. Messages didn't make sense anymore. It was like someone had been removed from the middle of everything. Not deleted, rewritten. He tried to prove it. Took a picture of the classroom, made sure the empty seat was visible, but when he looked at the photo later, the seat wasn't empty anymore. It looked normal, like it had always been that way. That's when he stopped trusting anything recorded. Phones, photos, even messages, none of it stayed the same. Only what he remembered stayed different. So he stopped trying to prove it and started tracking it. Every day, he counted the desks. Every week, one less. Always the same pattern. Same day, same time. Right after the last bell, that's when it happened. Not during class, not in front of everyone, just after. So, one day, he stayed behind. Pretended to pack his bag slower, let everyone leave. The hallway got quiet, too quiet. Then he saw it. A student, walking ahead of him, suddenly stopped. Not like they were thinking, like they were paused. Completely still. And then, they weren't there anymore. No sound, no movement, just gone, like a frame was removed from reality. He ran to where the student had been standing. Nothing. No sound, no trace. He looked around the hallway, and something felt off. Not empty. Smaller, like the space itself had changed. The distance between the lockers felt shorter than before. The hallway didn't stretch as far. It was like the school was adjusting, removing everything that didn't belong anymore. Not just people, their space too. Like they were never meant to be there in the first place. The next day, everything was normal. Same classrooms, same schedule, same people. But something felt wrong. Not around him, inside his head. He sat down, looked at the desks, counted them, and stopped. There were fewer than before, but he couldn't remember how many there used to be. He tried to think, to remember a face, a name, anything. But there was nothing there anymore. That's when it hit him. It was happening again. Not to someone else, to him. He looked around the room, tried to focus, tried to hold on to something real, but even that started to slip. The voices around him felt distant, the room quieter, smaller, like it was closing in. And then, for a moment, everything stopped. And just before it happened, he realized something. No one had ever noticed him either.